Are we live? We are live, huh? What's up, everybody? Hello, my name is Podcast.
That was good.
Another Friday, and we are back. Um, Scooby's in the building. Let me turn my What's up, everybody? Okay. Scooby is in the building.
Millions was happening.
Yo should already be in here.
Hey
Yeah.
y'all.
Yo is here. Let me set up my gallery view. Yeah, man. DJ Money Mike, it will not be on with us tonight, guys. He is on the road. So DJ Money Mike, you probably watching. Be careful out there on the road, buddy. My co-host Yo is in the building. Scooby McMillions is in the building. Hello, my name is Podcast, back at another Friday in the Zooms and Rooms. Today's a little different, guys. We're gonna thanks for everybody that's tuning in, that's coming in. We appreciate you guys, tuning in and checking us out. Please and like and subscribe to the page, like the video, all that good stuff. Today's different. We usually have a lot going on our show. We usually have music, you have a DJ. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, but this week has not been so funny. Not been so funny. Am I right to say that, Yo?
More than right.
Yeah.
This week has been sad. This week has been depressing. This
It
week
really
has
has.
been angry. This has been an angry week.
An angry week. I agree. It's had me in a funk all week.
Yeah.
And I just I was talking to the gang earlier, and I told him, I was like, I really didn't have anything tonight. I didn't really want to be, I didn't find anything funny. I didn't really have anything entertaining, and I just didn't want to, do 2 hours of just that. Because there's really nothing to be, there's nothing to laugh about today.
All right.
It's really nothing to laugh about. What is going on in this country is a travesty. Scoob, we was talking earlier, and you said you've been out of the loop all week, because for whatever reason. Did you want to speak on that? I know you've been telling me.
I mean, I just pretty much been like in a hole. Working on other shit. So I really don't know what happened or what's been going on. So this is gonna be I guess new to me. However you like to put that. It'll be new.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Well, hold on. So I got another guest coming in. That's going to come in. She wanted to come in as well. This is my sister. My sister Blair Grant. She'll be coming here in a sec. But she wanted to get on too, guys, and kind of talk. We're not going to do a long show today. I don't want to drag this out. I wanted to, all of us to, speak on the events that's been going on, and really that's it, yo. I really, that's really it.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to George. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on, my mic is acting up. Blair, are you there? Oh, her volume is off. And Tara, are you in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Tara is here. Hey, Tara. Hey, Tara, can we see? Let me see your face. We can't see your face. All right. There you go. Everybody, that's Tara. Say what's up, you guys.
Hi, Sarah.
Tara. Tara.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
So we thanks for coming on. As you know, what's been going on this week, just like everybody else, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. I just want everybody to kind of go around and just kind of speak on their thoughts of what's been going on especially in the last week. Yo, I'm gonna start with you.
Okay. So, since Scooby doesn't really know what exactly is going on, a man by the name of George was being arrested in Minneapolis. And while he was being arrested, one of the cops had him face down on the ground. He's handcuffed and he had his knee on his neck. And this man is screaming out, "I can't breathe. Get off of me. I can't breathe." He can't do anything, but yet he's being pinned down. Um, he starts yelling for his mother, and you can in the video, you see him die. You see him stop breathing. And there are people around who are yelling, "Get off of him, get off of him." Plenty of police officers around. The police officer that's on him is just like, whatever. He has no care in the world. To me, it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. And I fear, I have uncles, I have male cousins. I know y'all. I have a dad, I have a brother, and my brother, for everyone who knows Alabama, my brother lives in Wilmer. He likes to hunt, he likes to fish. He went to MGM. All of his friends are white. So when I say fear for his life, it's a different type of fear because he's surrounded by these people, and not saying all white people. It's cops, but yes, it seems like it's always the white cops, or it's more so the white cops, and the black men are being targeted just for no reason. They've released video from the store that he was in front of, and even the store owner said he didn't do anything to be detained like he was detained. So right now they are burning Minneapolis down, literally burning it down. He didn't do anything to be detained like he was detained. I wish. I'm glad I'm not in. I'm glad I'm not there because I'm the type of person who will be right there, torch in hand, burning something down, running through the streets. Not so much looting because, but I'm burning it down. Like, that's how horrible this situation is. Because right now, we as black people, we as black and brown people, we're tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're tired of, like, what more do we have to do to prove that we are humans? And we deserve the same rights as other human beings. Like, what did we do to not deserve those rights? So at this point, and like I said, it's regular black and brown people. You could leave your house right now and be pulled over for a tail light and end up in the same situation.
Right.
Just because you're black. So at this point, what else is there to do? Okay, let's burn something down. I'm all for it.
Tara?
I was just on the phone with Erica, and her son, she has two sons, and one of the sons, well, you met them when they came up there. One of the sons is in 9th grade. He's going to 10th grade. And so they were walking around their neighborhood in Delaware, and the cop stopped him and his friend. Now they're no more than like 15 years old. Good kids. And they stopped them and arrested his friend, but didn't arrest him because he complied. And the friend got down on the ground and said, please just don't kill me. That's just like the worst for them to be 15, 16 years old and so afraid of the cops that the friend was so scared that when the cop stopped them and put handcuffs on him, he said, please don't kill me. I mean, when it hits you that close to home, it's just so hurtful. It really is. And the only reason why Erica's son didn't get in trouble is because he complied. It's sad that we have to have this talk with our black sons and our black, and I'm just grateful I don't have a black son. I have a black daughter, and that scares me enough. But having a black son, I would be reckless. And just having y'all, as my cousins, and just, knowing that y'all are black men out there, and I know y'all know how to conduct yourselves. I mean, I already know that, but just to have that conversation with a black son is just like, damn, another extra added bullshit that black people have to deal with. It's just like, you know, you can be white and out there in the world and be carefree, but you have to have this talk, other than the talk with your black son.
Right.
It's just sad, but this has been going on for years. We talked about it last night. It's been going on for years, hundreds of years. We're just now seeing it on a larger scale because we're actually able to see it on video and smartphones and social media. It's just been going on for years. And I mean, the incidents that this cop had in his background, he should have been let go.
Yeah.
Like, he should not have been in any type of position of power. He has so many incidents against him. It's ridiculous. And so many incidents that he's been involved in. He shot at an Alaskan Eskimo native before. He shot at several other people. I want to say he killed somebody else. And, you know, he had so many other brutality complaints against him. I mean, I don't think anything's going to happen to him. I really don't. I think it's just going to be, you know, he may get, you know, some time or whatever else. I don't think anything's going to happen to him to the magnitude that it needs to happen to him. I just think that he was just that vessel. The young man that died, I just think that he was just that vessel for this man to be put to be stopped, basically. He might have been the sacrificial lamb for this man to finally be stopped and no longer be on the police force or in a position of power to be able to kill someone. I mean, because he was already a raging hate machine before that. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think anything's going to change. I really don't. And Auntie D had said, I asked her, I said, why do you, and then I'm gonna get off my soapbox and let the next person go. But I was wondering, you know, I'm like, why does it seem like, you know, the white people have been, and I'm saying, yes, white people have been in power for so long and just, you know, for centuries. And Auntie D had said, if you think about it, Africa was in power for many more years before them. And she says, I think it's like cyclical. It was just weird. But anyway, that's all.
Yeah, like you guys, just to add on what you guys were saying, you know, I watched it all week, just like everybody else. George Floyd is the man's name. George Floyd. Remember that name, because that man died for nothing.
He died for something, believe me.
Whether it was a forged check, or forged whatever they said, there was a reason why.
I'm saying a good thing, meaning he died for something. Believe
me.
I
get it, right? But he shouldn't have to. That shouldn't have never happened. And the thing that scares me is that's not the only thing that's happened. He's not the only one that's happened to. And America, we're so quick to forget about the rest, everybody else that's been through the same thing. There was a lady, it was a girl in Kentucky, and the police killed her in her house while she was asleep. Shot her 8 times. They was at the wrong house looking for the wrong person. The person they was looking for was already in jail.
How did they shoot her 8 times though? Why 8 times?
Well, they shot more than 8 times. She just got hit 8 times.
Oh, okay.
Actually, they shot 30 times in the house, and she got hit 8. And they were shot in the houses because her boyfriend, who was a licensed gun owner, thought somebody was breaking in their house because there was a no-knock warrant. They kicked in the door at, like 12 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And it was a no-knock warrant, so they didn't have to identify themselves. And they just came on in, so he didn't know what was going on and thought it was a burglary, and shot and ended up shooting one of the police officers in self-defense. And it went from there.
They charged him with attempted murder. They dropped the charge.
They did drop the charges, but they was trying to charge him with attempted murder.
They're never going to. Oh, you mean the boyfriend?
Yeah, the boyfriend
was charges on him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. But that doesn't bring back his girlfriend.
Exactly. No, I know, but I'm just saying, at least, yeah.
Right. No, right. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't, it just goes back to what I was saying. It should have just never happened anyway. Mm-hmm. It's just like we're expendable. That's just what it feels like. To them, we're expendable.
We are.
Yeah. We're expendable.
We have been since 400, 500 years ago.
Yep.
You know, the devalue
Yep.
of a black person. That's something else. That's, you know, wow, man.
Scooby didn't know about this story?
No, Scooby's kind of been out of the loop. You know, I mean,
I'm like news ain't my shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, but are you on Instagram?
Yeah, though, but I be on other shit though. I'm like, I got a lot going on right now other than social media and other shit like that. So hearing about it is crazy. And that's about the furthest I can answer publicly. If we were at a table, I could have more to say, but publicly, I would leave it as the shit's fucked up. You know what I mean?
I know a lot of people who I've been following on social media have been removing themselves from social media for the week only because it is getting worse. And a lot of people don't want the trauma of seeing the video over and over again. And not only
I won't watch it. I've never watched it.
I can't watch.
That's not what I'm worried about. That's the part that I'm not worried about.
I haven't watched it. I won't watch it.
It's the fact that like everybody has so much to say about every fucking thing that's going on about the situation.
You're right.
You have
get super saturated.
People sit there and watch the shit happen. No one whooped that cop's ass.
Right.
No one whooped the other cop's ass because it wasn't like it was 50 of them. It was probably 5.
But that's how it's been.
Watching, but you can all watch and feel bad about the situation, but nobody did shit in that moment. Now you want to burn down your city. To me, you pie as fuck for that. And that's just me speaking my mind. You cannot have 50 people watch somebody get beat the fuck up or killed by an officer for the 17,000th time and not do nothing and then get on social media and cry your heart out. Fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear that.
I get it.
The same way since
I mean, I listen. I understand exactly what he means. Because
I do too.
I get so sick and tired of people just standing there and hold their phone out and just video all this shit and just be like, "Oh wow, this is so fucked up," but they ain't did nothing.
We become so insensitive.
Yeah, like, but the first reaction we do is pull a phone out.
Yep. A lot of people had the same argument though. Like, you're literally gonna stand there and watch him die. Like, in the video, you can hear them.
You're a fucking accessory to the shit.
Them going off on the police. You can hear them, but literally, I think in me, like, I can't sit there and watch that. Like, I can't sit there and watch that. If I'm not, if I'm in the moment, I don't think I'd be able to sit there and watch that, because the first thing that's gonna go through my head is, that's my brother, that's my cousin, that's my uncle, that's my daddy, that's my friend, or something of the sort. And I need him tomorrow, so you're gonna have to get off of him today. Like, that would be my mindset. But a lot of people, you know, like I said,
they don't want to die because they know that they probably get shot.
Couldn't have been on my block. I'm sorry, bro. You guys would be talking about me being dead today too. Because I'm sorry, man. It's just too much. I'm over here with 5 people and everybody is talking about how bad this is. But if there's 5 people in that state, will they still be like, "Oh yeah, we seen it, we was there, but you know, we couldn't do nothing because we felt..." Why? Why do you feel some type of way? It could have been you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have wanted somebody to fucking help you?
Yeah.
Other than cry your heart out on social media, which is not gonna bring me back. I think that shit is crazy, man. I'm too lazy.
I don't, you know, I think that's crazy too, but I also think that it's crazy that they had to wait 4 or 5 days just to charge him with murder when it's clearly, obviously, that's what it was.
And I think
go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think he was just arrested like yesterday or today.
Today. Yeah. Today. And they got to investigate before they arrest him, and then start the process of trying him. Mm-hmm. But if you and I did something like that, we're arrested immediately.
Today.
The house to get us.
Immediately.
Hey.
They're coming to the house to get us.
They can go home. They can eat with their families. They can kiss their kids. They can go to sleep with their wife.
Time to get their stories together.
They can get all of that.
Yeah.
They can have 100 cops stand in front of their house and protect their house while the rest of the city burns down.
Right.
That's the type of privilege that you get.
And the autopsy came out.
Yeah.
And they said
they tried to say it was a heart attack.
Yeah, he had underlying medical issues.
So here we go with this underlying medical windpipe.
No, they said that suffocation and asphyxia had nothing to do with his death.
That's what
I think that's a lie
that's
too.
what the well, I also said that they also said that the family has the body and they're getting an independent autopsy, which you should do that anyway.
They definitely should.
Yeah, especially in this case.
They definitely should.
I think they're full of shit.
Of course they're full of shit. That's why they burnt the fucking police station down.
That's what I was about to say too. That would have been the first thing I would.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie.
They burnt the police station down?
They burnt that shit to the ground. They burnt that shit to the ground.
They burnt it down.
Wow.
They burnt it to the ground.
Bitches ain't working nowhere no more. It's gone.
They burned it to the ground. It took them to burn that whole city, almost burn half the city down for them to arrest that man.
So it wasn't just burning down black neighborhoods.
No.
No.
They burned down the Target, and they burned down Target because when they were being maced and everything else, Target wouldn't allow them to come in and get the milk or whatever they needed to wash their eyes out.
And that's why they looted, and that's when the looting started?
The looting started. That, and because that specific Target, I think the headquarters for Target is there. And that specific Target funds the police department.
Oh, wow.
So when they started the whole macing and all that stuff, people are like rushing in and the employees are like putting them out. The managers are putting them out, telling them they can't come in and stuff like that. And they won't let them buy milk. Like the people aren't going in stealing it. They're buying the milk to rinse the milk, the
tear gas. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, y'all can't come in. Y'all can't buy that. Y'all can't do this. Burned it down. They started looting and then they burned it down.
They took everything they needed and then burnt that shit down.
Yeah. I'm going to take everything and I'm burning it down.
I think what started the police station for getting burnt down was the cops went on the rooftop and clearly had the vantage point and was firing off onto the crowd with tear gas and rubber bullets from the roof. So they was like, okay, we'll just burn this shit down. Since y'all want to be on the roof. Kind of way. Yeah, you're gonna come down some kind of way. So we'll just burn this shit down and then you can come down now and we ain't gotta worry about it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that's one thing that definitely hasn't changed throughout the years. We use some fire for some shit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna burn some down.
We got to burn shit down.
We stay burning shit down.
We're gonna burn it down.
Like the KKK.
Man, I saw all those videos they posted after last night, and so I knew. Cause see, this is no different than Ferguson. This is no different when you remember when Ferguson happened.
Rodney King.
Rodney King. You know, Eric. This is the same situation that happened to Eric Garner. In New York, he got choked out by the police, off of some bullshit. They didn't even those cops got off.
Yep. And he will too, home. Believe me.
Yeah, they're at home right now. They did the same thing.
He will too.
They're at home. How much more are we going to endure until we just be like, fuck this shit and and risk and just take matters in our own hands? We as people, it seems like we've always been looking for a savior. Like we want that savior to come in, save us all, and lead us to the promised land. That's all. Martin Luther King. Yeah. Malcolm X. Barack Obama. And then when it's not that, it doesn't end up that way. It's back to just us. When are we going to realize that it's the only ones that are going to help us are us? We can only help ourselves. Nobody's going to help us. We have to help ourselves.
I think
it's not we can't. I'm sorry to cut you, yo.
No, you good.
We got to stop that whole we need somebody to come in and swoop in and save us from the tyranny of whites and all that shit, because they don't do that.
They don't
take matters in their own. They take matters in their own hand, and you see it every day. You see it with Eric Garner. You see it with Mike Brown. You see it with Trayvon Martin. You see it with Breonna Taylor, the lady down there in Kentucky. You see it with Greg Floyd. Philando Castile. This is the same police department that killed Philando Castile. This is the same department. They got a history of doing this shit.
Yeah. I think when these quote unquote saviors do come in and have these platforms, either they don't use it like they should, or
they never do.
Like people don't understand what we need for change.
Them motherfuckers gonna be just like the NCAAP or whatever that shit's called. That group of fake ass niggas that we supposed to have that's supposed to be the same.
That what?
He mumbling.
I didn't catch that. Say it again.
Something about the NAACP.
They're gonna be just like them.
Oh well, I
No
mean, they
boy.
went. I don't know if they was
No
on the
boy.
ground. I mean, I ain't heard nothing from them, but I don't know. I'm not really looking for them. I pay attention to the ones that are out there in the streets with the people doing the work. That's what I pay attention to.
Right.
You ain't out there doing that, then I don't really care. Those people are ready for war.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
They're ready for war. Okay. And we just are in our own bubbles and our own little bubble that we have, and that's all we concern ourselves with, and not really concerned about anything outside of that. And then when the shit hits the fan, we are not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the shooting range, right? These are white families in there showing their kids how to shoot all the time. That's like a normal thing.
Yep.
They show their kid, they from when they're young, they know how to handle a firearm. These kids are taught this when they're young. Mm-hmm. Our kids?
Or not.
I can't lie, I kind of was, but
yeah.
But the majority of Black youth are not taught how to use a gun.
No.
I had military.
Not properly.
The majority of Black youth are not taught, how to stand up for themselves,
how to defend themselves.
They're not. You taught when a bully come up, did you hit them back? Did you win the fight? No. But you're not taught when it comes to authority how to defend yourself in a respectful way. How to tell a cop, you can't do anything to me. I'm 15, 16 years old. Am I being detained? You're not taught that type of stuff.
You're taught to respect them and listen to what they say and do whatever they tell you.
Listen to everything. But that's where the fear factor comes in. Because if you are driving, get pulled over or something like that, you're taught to listen to everything that they tell you to do, but you don't know your own rights to the point where them telling you, hey, get out of the car right now, they don't have to they can't make you get out of your, like, okay, am I being detained?
Yeah.
Why are you pulling me over? You're taught that that's disrespectful to ask them those questions, and that's not disrespectful, or that's not against the law.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you would see a white person in a minute. I know my rights.
Exactly.
You can't do this to me.
Exactly.
Right. Well, they always feel like whites really feel like they always should be in an authoritarian position. Mm-hmm. I don't, that's anything. If you, even when you work with them, if they're not in a position of authority or some type of control over you, then they're really not interested in doing that. That's the only way that they will work with you.
Yep.
But working equally, that's not going to happen. Not for long anyway. They have to be in some type of authoritarian position to work with them. My job that I work at, a lot of us walk around with walkie-talkies, right? And I just notice little things. It may not be a lot to some other people, but I just notice things, and it's real subtle things. But it's this white guy that I work with, and he walks around with a walkie-talkie. And you know how the police have the walkie-talkies that have the other part mm-hmm. that connects to the actual walkie-talkie, and they have the other piece that they wrap around their mm-hmm. back, and it mm-hmm. clips up here, and they talk
on
right
your
here,
shoulder.
Right? Mostly see police officers do that, right? Use that, right? Well, this guy that works at my job, who's not an officer, who has no authority, no gun, none of that, no badge, none, but he walks around with a walkie-talkie just like that, with the whole thing on his back, and it's just that type of thing. It's just from a position of authority, because when we see that, we see mostly police. A police officer has that. This is how he wears his mic. Now everybody else has this on it, clipped on their belt or in their back pocket or or in their hand or however it go. That, or half the time they only have that shit on the desk and keep it moving. He's got to have it on his back, the whole fucking thing. He's got to talk like this, like all like this. Like, it's just those little subtle things that, I pay attention to when it comes to white people, because they really feel like they need to be in control. They have a controlling spirit. They have no empathy. No empathy at all.
Not for black people.
No. That cop looked at those people that were screaming that he was killing them. He just looked right in their face with a
Right,
dead
look
stare
right through 'em.
and could look right through them and could care less what they said.
Yeah.
He could care less.
He had no expression on his face. I
None.
did see
He
that
was
in the picture.
blank. He was blank, completely blank.
Like he was hearing nothing.
Like that visual of him looking at those people like that, like that
like
was
he was
like
possessed.
that was burned into my brain. Like I cannot get that image out of my head.
That's so. That's like an.
Like
animal.
you see me doing
It
this?
was just so creepy.
That's like an animal.
Yeah.
Like, because it's literally somebody is dying.
Yeah.
Right there, and you could care less.
He was sitting there kneeling, Scooby. He was sitting there kneeling on this guy's neck, right?
Yeah.
And looking
and
at
had
like,
his hands, and the cop had his hands in his pockets while he was kneeling on this dude's neck.
Yeah.
Like it was an everyday thing.
Like it was like he just had his hands in his pocket. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I do this shit for lunch.
And then there was 3 other cops or 4 other cops just standing around watching the whole thing.
Hands in their pocket, like
they didn't do anything. They just watched him do it.
Mm-hmm. It was horrible.
Any black cops on the scene?
Huh?
Any black cops on the scene?
No, not that I'm
I don't
aware
think I've seen any black cops.
No. The one cop that was in the other cop, one was Asian.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that they showed in the news a lot, that guy, because he was the one, that's the one I always saw, the Asian guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they said that today that then they probably they will be brought up on charges too.
And released, whatever.
The world we live in. And then your president didn't make it no better today.
He is a dumbass.
I couldn't believe that shit. That motherfucker said, what do you say? You get the looting,
I'm getting
the shooting.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Is that you, Blair?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Blair.
Hey, sorry, my webcam is not working, but
okay. Well, we can hear you.
figure it out.
So
I was waiting for Trump to come into the
conversation.
Come into the conversation before I chimed in. But
Yeah. Well, you want to go ahead because I know you've been very vocal.
I mean, I've been pretty good at just kind of filtering all this and not really, but getting too deep in it, letting it ricochet all the foolishness and crazy and sadness. But when I read his tweet this morning, I was just like dumbfounded because it's like, this is the leader of our country. This is who people put in office. And he's literally threatening to murder us as if we were dogs. Like the way that he's talking about humans, like lives, as if we're just disposable. And if you look through history, even with all of, the shit that presidents did behind the scenes, all the dirt, what president have you ever seen just come out publicly and just say whatever the fuck they want to say, no regard? And it's funny because he was calling us thugs, but he was a thug. He talks like a thug. He acts like a thug. Everything he does, so it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black, but to me, it was like, wow, this is our president. And he's sitting here talking about these thugs. If y'all looting, we shooting. Like, what? Like, doesn't it seem like, how could this even be real life? Like, is this a movie? Are we like in some type of simulation? Are we being punked? Like, this is the people that's leading us. This is the person that's supposed to be leading. Well, he's not leading us, period. But if this is what we have, like, we have no hope. So I know people have their issues with Biden, but I'm sorry. We have no other option but to get his ass out.
So, Blair, if I could for a sec, actually, so like with the president being the president, at any given time, any president can declare martial law. Why would you declare martial law if you're the president, be any fucking president? Because you do not want that city or whatever state to go under because someone in that city or state helped fund your campaign or some shit like that, or you just really don't want to see the whole fucking city go away. So you would declare martial law in that sense. It's fucked up that it's happening to us in that matter for him to just say it without going, okay, we'll just have to state martial law, get the military to come in, calm shit down, we go on about our business. No, he said it in a straightforward way. We gonna kill y'all. We go to steal him, we go to kill him, whatever have you. So it was just a straightforward, instead of calling it martial law, he's just like, look, we gonna kill y'all. And that makes it sound way worse than what it is, but at the end of the day, no one really wants military riding up and down the street. And if people are not going to take the proper precautions on what they need to do to make sure that shit doesn't happen, either cutting.
Well, the only reason they brought the National Guard in is because the fucking local police was so fucking, they couldn't handle anything. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't even handle their own city.
Right.
The fuck that says about the local police.
In the military, you got half of them, they like 50-50 about the shit. So at the end of the day, if they do come in,
the military play.
Be like, fuck it.
Right. Well, the military goes off of different rules anyway. Anytime they go into martial law, they're on a different they're on a different time. Right. You know, it's way different. You got curfews. You know, they go about a different set of rules. So, you know, I don't think nobody would want to have martial law. That's
my
not
issue
something.
is he'd rather speak on the looting than the actual event that happened.
Yeah.
Cause the looting.
Yeah.
You want to come in and talk about, oh, if you looting, we should. But what about the cop that just killed a man?
Like, we have nothing to say about that.
Right.
No. He didn't even say anything about that in the briefing he did today. This is after he had said all that. This is after the tweet.
Right.
You know, President Obama.
He didn't even mention it.
You have
that's because he doesn't see us as human. That's like the bottom line here.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that even they're arresting Latino and Black reporters, but leaving the white reporter, pushing him off to the side.
Are you referring to CNN?
Yes.
Yep.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now
they see us as people. They see us as animals. Therefore, they can just dispose of us, do whatever they like.
No, Blair, that's wrong. They see us less than animals because, again, if that was a dog,
true,
he would have been in more trouble.
What the fuck he wouldn't have? If it was a dog, you know, white people, they like to put them bitches in bags and put clothes on them and go get nails painted and shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. If it was a dog, he would have been in more trouble. So we're less than animals.
Right. Because even people with the video of the guy who was bird watching in New York, and the lady comes up and she's on the phone and she's yelling, she's being attacked by a black man and whatever. And the man is standing there recording her. She's choking and killing her dog.
Yep.
And people have come out and said, oh my God, look at the dog. Okay, but look at the white lady who thinks it's okay to call the police on a man who asked her to put her dog on a leash, like the sign says for her to put her dog on a leash. Your dog has to be on a leash. This man is bird watching. He asked you to put a dog on a leash and you called the police. Oh my God, he's attacking me. I'm afraid for my life. And you're killing your dog and everybody is outraged about your dog.
Yep.
She provoked that whole situation.
She did. Like that man.
She weaponized racism.
She definitely did.
What kind of dog was it?
She don't got the dog no more.
Regardless, what kind of dog was it? What kind of dog was it?
Yeah, because the dog is like flipping around.
It looked like a little Cocker Spaniel
or something. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So
she should still go to jail though. Like, yes, she needs to go to jail for reporting a false
report.
False report. I think
this is what I'm trying to get at, people, ladies and gentlemen. You guys said that the dog was not on the leash. The guy wanted her to put the dog on the leash, right?
No,
right. It said in the area where you're at, you're supposed to have a dog on the leash.
Right.
Bird watching to me sounds like you watching a motherfucker do some shit, right? So he was trying to not taking those sides, But he was trying to take the law into his own hands or being a funny nigga.
Well, I think he was doing it because where the dog was, first of all, the dog wasn't supposed to be over there anyway.
Right.
Where the dog was at, they wouldn't even have the dog over there anyway. And he was trying, I mean, if he's got to follow the rules.
Dogs.
First of all, if I gotta follow the rules, that woman should need to follow the rules too.
I understand all of that. All of that is fine. But if he was
some people
inside and away from the dog, and he was looking out through a window, he was instigating that whole situation.
No, he was at the park. He wasn't instigating.
No, he was at the park.
At the park.
Oh shit. Okay.
There's a sign at the park that says, "Please have your dog on a leash." She puts her dog on a leash and then ends up almost killing her dog because she doesn't want to.
Thank you for the rest of the details, though. I didn't have.
They were at the park. Yeah. He wasn't just kicking it and just like, oh, let me get in her business. No, he was minding his business. And regardless, the sign says put your dog on a leash. If it was a black man walking around with the dog, she would have did the same thing.
There's this Karen syndrome is crazy.
That's what it is, little Karens.
But Karen got Karen and couldn't deal with it.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
So
what is it with whites? Is it fear? What is it about blacks that is
one of my friends
what
told
is it?
me
Because
that it's the fact that they don't want what happened to us to ever get in power because they don't want what happened to us to do to them.
But niggas ain't stunting them though. As you can see, we ain't out here killing they motherfucking ass on a fucking regular. We cooling.
But
they were just taught to hate us.
When you have that much guilt in your heart, when you have that much, you have white people who will see black people, and it's not necessarily fear, like she said, it's just they don't want us to get so much power and retaliate because they feel guilty already.
Mm-hmm. Like I bet y'all motherfucking ass and see y'all come fucking with us. Other than that, we don't get no fuck. We out here trying to live, eat, and be free. Niggas trying to get their kids through college. You niggas out here trying to fuck niggas' lives up. Fuck out of here. They don't want
us to get through college. They don't want us to have those opportunities. They want us to
life. This is what we deal with. Like Tara said yesterday, it's like it's been going on. It's just now that social media and is showing it. You can see it now in real time. Mm-hmm. This shit's been going on.
And that's why we're no longer sensitive to it. That's why I am able to sit and actually watch the video.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's why I said that shit too. Like I ain't worried about watching it. That shit ain't the problem.
That's why I said a lot of my friends on social media are just like, I can't watch it.
I can't either.
Me that, like, and
it's hard to watch it. Every time they show it on TV, it's so hard.
I won't watch it.
Because you're watching a man beg for his life. He's just begging for his life. Like you were killing me.
Like
screaming for his life. He screamed for his mother, and his mother's dead.
Right.
He was probably seeing her.
He was calling for his mother, and his mother's dead.
He was calling for her. Yes. It's ridiculous.
They said there was that they knew each other.
Yeah, they worked at a club together.
They worked at a club together.
Shifts. Yep.
Hold on, what?
But they said opposite shifts though. They did security.
So that's what I didn't understand. Was it because they say he worked inside and he worked outside?
Right. It was supposed to be opposite shifts or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so that's how they never. So that was saying that they didn't know each other because they worked opposite shifts. Because my thing was like, even if he worked inside and he worked outside.
You're still gonna know him.
You're still gonna know him. I've worked in clubs years, and there's no payroll like you direct deposit or a check. You get cash. So most of the times you're waiting around at the end of the night to get paid.
You see that same person.
Yeah, so I know y'all ran into.
I'm gonna see your motherfucking ass before I leave.
I know you. So it brings in, was it premeditated? Was it a beef that happened at while they was doing that shit?
And maybe he just gave him. Maybe he wouldn't tolerate his shit.
Was it? Was it something that Was it something like that? And you got to look at all those things.
Again, like Tara said earlier, he already had people who complained on him. There were 3 complaints in the police system about this officer. There's 3 recent complaints. He had issues a couple years ago. He had issues too, with other people who he had harmed. So this is in his nature.
Mm-hmm.
This is in his nature. So whether it was some underlying beef or something, he knew how he could get him back, and he did it. Because one of the stories that I heard was, and I haven't researched it, but one of the stories that I heard was they stopped him, they pulled him out of his vehicle, and I saw the video where they handcuffed him and they were like pushing him against the wall, like the store, whatever store they were pushing him against the wall. So my thing is, how did he get from being handcuffed, pushed against the wall at the store, to laying on the ground on the side of a car?
Well, they also said, that there's other angles now of cameras that are showing other police officers holding him down as well.
See?
Wow.
So it's
other angles. I mean, no.
Because they were outside.
I'm out of this. I'm out of that for now because all my questions are leading to shit that's gonna piss me off. Not even just about the officers, but the people that were fucking spectators.
Yeah, you had people that were standing all around that place filming that shit, bro.
That's the part that's pissing me off more than the cop killing the guy. Because you motherfuckers let this shit happen. Y'all let it happen.
Yeah. Even it was somebody had said the same thing he said in one of the press conferences that they had. I don't know if it was I think it was, I don't know who it was. It might have been, I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the government officials of that state said that, it was, first of all, they should have, all the officers should have intervened.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't nobody. It wasn't a government. It was a cop that got on social media and was expressing his feelings about it. And he said, first of all, those cops should have intervened and stopped that. If you saw that he was possibly about to lose his life, you were supposed to render aid, and they were supposed to intervene at the point, but they didn't. So they should be charged just with the same charge that they gave.
Is this the white or black cop?
This is white cop.
Good for him.
I have a friend who's a cop, and he said the same.
No, the guy that said it. Oh, this was a black cop that said that.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a cop, and he said the same thing. He was like, first of all, we're not even allowed to use that tactic.
Right.
So right there, somebody should have stepped in and said, hey, what you doing?
Yeah.
He was like, and then if he's already handcuffed, what are you doing? Like,
right.
That's some shit you do to an alligator.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially if you're already subdued. If you're already cuffed on the ground, belly down, what else do you need to do? Where's the threat?
What they do. That's what
where's
people
the threat?
do with wildlife. They need them
it's
in the neck.
easier
Like
to whoop a motherfucker ass when they tied up. Let me go. Let's turn in. See how easy that shit is when I'm throwing these hands at your bitch ass face.
I mean, wow.
Right.
Wow. That just it's just like a mob hit. The mob will hit you in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no care. That cop didn't care.
He didn't.
I wonder if it had to have been deeper than that. It was deep. It had to have been deeper than that for him to do that.
I think
some deep-seated hatred.
I think it could. I don't think it's as deep as it could be, only because he's got
history.
The history of it.
If this was the first time,
right,
and then somebody came out and said, "Oh, they work together. Oh, this, that," then I would think, "Oh, yeah, you know, it's deeper."
But see, that's what's throwing me off is the fact that they know each other. Or allegedly. I don't know if they, allegedly.
Yeah,
let's say allegedly.
But at the same time, I work at the mall with 1 billion people.
True.
And I don't work with them in the same store, but I know.
That's true. That is true.
I know
he does have a history, and he looked like his blank stare, like that picture will forever be a frozen picture of him, just like, of all the cops that killed countless black men, that picture right there, it looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like those lynching pictures that you would see where the white people have no expression as a black person is hanging from a tree, and they're just like, this is what the fuck we did. Yep. And
it is that was the most disgusting stare. The most disgusting stare I had ever seen.
I'll never get that picture out of my head.
Exactly.
Never ever.
That's the only part of it I did see.
It was like he was looking at me while he was killing that guy.
Right.
That's what it felt like.
Right. It's a piercing stare. Like, it was
right.
Like, see what I can do? Fuck you.
Right.
And y'all can't do shit about it.
And then the National Guard goes, protects his house. Okay. That's perfect.
They protect his house.
They should have firebombed that shit.
They should have.
Man.
type of stuff.
And I just believe that the hurry up on the arrest was just because the civil unrest.
To shut us up.
Yeah, to shut us up, to keep us at home, keep us out the streets, keep the looting down, keep the rioting down, because they couldn't, I mean.
Because their argument now is going to be, okay, we arrested him. What more do y'all want?
And they charged him.
And they probably told him,
what more
we're just going to arrest you. We're just doing this to calm everything down. Believe me, you're going to be out within a day or two.
And this is the same DA that got up the day before and said that the way this is looking, that they didn't find any grounds to charge him. This is the same. And then he comes out today and says they charged him with third-degree murder, which that's another thing. Why wasn't it first-degree murder?
Because it wasn't premeditated.
It wasn't premeditated, but when you got, I don't know if they.
It's not premeditated, but you're on his neck. He's handcuffed. He can't move.
For 9 minutes.
Yelling at you, I cannot breathe. If he's and even after he stopped breathing, he didn't get off of his neck. How can you tell me it's not premeditated? Because I'm sure he didn't show up like, oh, I'm gonna kill somebody today. But at the same time,
it was premeditated when you started doing it.
When you started it, exactly. You knew what you were doing when that man was saying, I can't breathe. And then I think it was premeditated,
not to cut you, yo, but I think it was premeditated after once they got him cuffed and subdued. Yeah. And then they did that. Mm-hmm. That's when it should have been premeditated. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. But Scooby, let me put my foot in your neck in the middle of the street and watch what happens. I'm going to jail.
With the quickness right there. And don't let them have to come find you.
Oh, man. They're going to shoot me up. They're going to shoot up my whole house like they did Breonna Taylor.
There you go. Because now you're not going to make it. Mm-mm. Yeah. It's a horrible situation.
My only fear is that it's just going to get worse.
I think it is.
Because there's a lot of white folks out there that believe that that man should not be charged and should not be in jail, and that he did everything right by the book. A mayor in Mississippi said this.
Mm-hmm. He said
it's not racism.
If you can say I can't breathe,
then it's not. Yeah. You can still breathe. If you can talk, you can still breathe.
I can't breathe.
Somebody need to choke his ass.
How the fuck do you know if I can't breathe? No goddamn man. Look, I don't want to talk about that shit no goddamn more, man. Blowing my motherfucking heart talk about this stupid ass shit. When I be next white person I see. The fuck is wrong?
And see, that's bullshit. People have to remove themselves from social media.
And see, that's the mind of the people right there. That's exactly what those people out there in Minneapolis was feeling last night when they burnt that shit down to the ground.
Yep.
School back like he just finished watching Higher Learning.
You remember how that made you feel?
Yes.
Or Rosewood.
Right.
Or Time to Kill.
Mm-hmm. Roots.
Roots and Rosewood was the one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Time to Kill did it for me. Just because, Time to Kill, man, I remember watching that movie. And I remember blacks used to go to white neighborhoods to watch those kind of movies on purpose. On purpose. These are the times that we live in, guys.
Mm-hmm. The same times has been going on for years and years and years. Our technology just got better.
Yep.
Now we're not watching it on TV with German shepherds and hoses.
Yeah, but the technology has gotten better. Evidence has gotten a whole lot better because everybody has a camera now, and they still will not be charged.
And that's the thing.
They can still get off. You can have all the video evidence you want,
right?
All the points directly into that direction, and they still go home.
Yeah. Before was, we don't know if it was a Klansman that did it. We don't know if now you actually see the person doing it and nothing happens.
Right.
And you know that the attorney that got Philando Castile's guy off, or one of the, I think it was him, he's going to be his attorney now.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is going to have to be proven by the defense. It's going to carry the burden of proof.
Yep.
But the DA is so slouchy. Like, he's so slouchy. I don't even think if a good defense attorney, he can win this case. A good defense attorney.
He is going to win this case. An act of God is the only thing that's going to put this man away.
Well, we all thought George Zimmerman was going straight to jail, and you saw what happened with that.
We lost.
His
all
lawyers
of
got
that.
him all the way off.
But ain't nobody burned down half a city for that nigga either, though.
Yeah. Man. All is going on while we got to deal with a pandemic.
Fucking COVID, right?
Fucking COVID.
Right.
So I got to worry about COVID and the police.
Right.
Every time
Ain't
I leave
nobody
my
got time
house.
for that. Damn,
Every time I
y'all can't
leave
even
my
rest.
house.
You can't leave. They just don't want you out the house right now.
Oh, the reason why I meant to mention the reason why my Erica's son and the son's friend were detained the other day was because supposedly you're not allowed to walk around without your cell phone light on if you're in the dark.
So how you gonna
What kind
see?
of shit is that?
They just make up shit.
You
Just
look
a
like
front
a
door.
damn burglar
Just
walking
make up
down the
shit.
damn road.
I remember I was leaving. I remember I was a certain part of Alabama. I ain't gonna say where, but I was leaving out of there one night. I remember I got pulled over, and I remember them telling there was no reason for us to be pulled over other than we were black in that part of Alabama at a certain time of night, right? And they pulled us over, and I asked, I said, well, what are you pulling us over? They couldn't tell me. They said, well, your music was too loud.
That's their favorite one.
Your music was too loud. Can you? Yeah, that's why we pulled you over, because your radio was too loud.
These all sound like sundown towns.
That was the reason for them that could have been my life. Like they could have killed, they could have killed me out there. It could have went a whole nother way.
Right.
Just because apparently my radio was too loud. That's the type of shit a black man has to worry about every day they leave their house. They got to worry about, when I leave the house today, am I going to make it home?
Well, you heard about Jacksonville when the boy got shot by the man that shot him because their radio was too loud. He said.
Oh yeah, in the gas station. I heard
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a friend who recently, he was at a gas station and he came home. He got his wife's car to go fill up her car for the next day. He goes to the gas station. They live in like a wider part of town. Yeah, he goes to the gas station. He's standing there. He's pumping his gas. He notices there's this white lady near his pump, and she's just staring at him, and she just kind of gets a little fidgety. She gets in her car. She pulls up near the gas station, and she gets on the phone. He's paying no mind. He's pumping his gas. Next thing you know, 2-3 cop cars pull up.
What?
Within 2-3 minutes, he's in handcuffs because he fits the description of someone who just committed a robbery.
Wow.
He's telling them exactly, I just got off work. I went home. I did this. Whose car is this? Why are you out this late? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing all kinds of questions? He's telling them exactly what's going on. A white man comes out of the gas station and tells the cops, you're talking about a robbery that happened in this direction. This man came from the opposite direction. That's not him.
So the damn clerk had to come out and say something.
They let him, and then they told him, the white lady over there in the car, she's the one that called on you.
It's always over a white woman. Rosewood, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fucking Karen.
Right. And
goddamn Karen.
His wife, and now his wife is in a panic every day. Like she wasn't already in a panic.
Right.
She's got a husband. They've got 2 boys. Black man raising little black men. And now she's in a panic every day because it actually happened in her house now. Yeah. And this happened it happened earlier this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to see more, every time something like this happens, more than you start to see all over social media, all these videos start popping up of all these incidents in different cities with police and black people.
Right.
All these.
You saw the one with the 97-year-old grandmother?
That I was just going to say, that was insane.
I was about to cry at work.
I couldn't even watch that.
It looked like she fell over him so they wouldn't do nothing to him.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It looked like she did that on purpose.
Yeah. That was insane.
Just to hear him cry over, and it's crazy because he is crying and begging for his life.
He's like, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm frightened. And they got all their guns drawn down on him.
Right. Because he ran a stop sign.
Unbelievable.
And he's like, please just put your guns down. And my thing is, if y'all feel like you need guns, 1-2 people point, somebody else go up and just handcuff him. He's laying on the ground. He's got his hands behind his back. He's begging you not to kill him. Y'all could have got him.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
This is This is where we're at, guys.
Horrible.
This is life.
Yeah.
This is where we're at. It's unfortunate.
It is.
Well, guys, like I said, I wasn't gonna prolong this show tonight. It's just been a long week, and I just wanted us to come on here, like I said in the beginning of the show, just to talk briefly about the events that's been happening up until today. 2, 3, 5. I'm sorry, guys. And yeah, just say a few things. Um, I don't know. I'm just I am just at a loss for words right now on everything. I don't know when this is going to get better. All I know is I don't know if Joe Biden's is the answer. You know, I don't. I don't know what the answer is, but I know this can't keep going on.
Not gonna be a president.
Huh?
She's not gonna be a president. It's never going to be a president.
I'm sorry. I just don't think Joe Biden is it.
I don't think no president is it. It is not going to be one person.
He's just not it.
That is going to go, okay, look, this guy shot someone. We're going to go arrest this guy because he's the reason why this shit keeps happening. No one is going to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that he suffers the proper consequences that he needs to suffer for doing this outlandish ass, ordeal. No one's really stepping up to do that shit. Not the mayor, not the police, not the president, not the motherfucking mama, nobody. So
we in Minneapolis burning stuff down.
And that's when you get that shit. You know what I mean? So
we in Minneapolis burning down.
No one's gonna righteously step up, my G. If it's not a citizen that does it, not provoking shit, you know what I mean? But someone has to do something other than looking for it to be someone that is already in power, because they ain't gonna do it. Here.
I agree. It's got to get better, guys. It's got to get better because it can't get no worse. God, I hope not. That's it, guys. That's all I have. I don't have anything else. I want to thank everybody for coming in and tuning in. We'll be back next week, hopefully in a better mood. But we did want to come on and just speak briefly. Anything you guys want to say before we close out of here? Tara, Blair, thanks for coming on and sharing with us. We definitely appreciate it.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Love, peace, and hair grease. Scooby, you want to say anything before we bounce out of here?
I'm trying to think because I want to be positive. You know what I mean?
It's a lot to take in, I know, brother.
It is.
No, I mean, because I ain't even, like, the shit I'm mad about is nothing I'm pretty sure no one on here is mad about. You know what I mean? And my mental reaction is possibly different than everybody else's mental reaction. Once again, like I said earlier, I would like to keep my comments to a minimum on here because, you know what I mean? I don't want shit that I say to sound like I'm provoking someone to go do something. You know what I mean? That could be bad. I'm just speaking my mind. And, you know, nowadays, with us having an outlet to do what we're doing, it could definitely be taken out of context. So
and go the wrong way. I understand.
So the shit that I'm thinking about is fucked up on so many levels, and I just rather just obtain them to myself or express them to someone who's sitting on the side of me versus telling everybody that's watching live. You know what I mean? Blair, we finally see your forehead. Nice.
Hey! Do y'all see my face or just my forehead?
We see your face.
But yeah, I just rather keep those comments to myself. But I don't know. Everybody just do what you can to try to make sure you stay safe. You know what I mean? Protect yours. You know what I mean? Don't go out doing unnecessary, you know what I mean? Because you feel you got to do it unnecessarily. But definitely make sure you take care of home. And that's all that righteously matters. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, mind your motherfucking business. stay in your bubble, and if it crosses your threshold, then do what you have to. But other than
But
that,
be aware. You want to be aware. You don't want to be just in your bubble and not at least be aware of what the hell is going on.
I'm saying, like, do your due diligence though, but don't go looking for shit to get into. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
You know what I mean, just stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Stay in your lane.
Blair, you want to say anything before we close out? I sound like church every time I say that. You want to say anything before we close out?
Last minute testimonials.
Right.
I guess the only thing I can say is, you know, I know shit's going down, but I ain't mad. You know, I think the only way people are going to listen is if we scream. And we've been screaming for years and years, but I don't know, something about this time around, the fact that other races are getting involved and they're calling themselves allies to the cause. You know, it's more than a Black thing. It's a human thing. And I think the more that people get outside of their bubble and speak out just because this shit is just wrong, is going to help. You know, I think everybody just needs to come together and be like, this is ridiculous. And we need to lend a hand and help and speak out. And we'll just see how it happens. But we got to burn some shit down. My only advice is don't burn your neighborhood down. Burn the white people neighborhood down. Shit. We always want to destroy our own shit.
No.
Start tearing up their shit. Y'all gonna tear up something.
No. You fuck up corporations. You fuck up corporations. You fuck up shit that actually matters.
That's their neighborhood.
That's their neighborhood. You don't go fucking up like a community.
No. I'm saying she's saying what she's saying is if you're gonna go out there and do that shit.
Oh, okay.
Don't do it where you live at.
Exactly.
Go over there and do it. Go over there and do it. Go burn up some shit. Burn they shit up.
Go to Beverly Hills and start tearing up Rodeo Drive. I bet you it will be. They will listen in.
Swift.
So, yeah.
Yo.
My final thoughts. Black men, protect yourselves. Black women, protect our men, and protect your mental. If you have to step away because it's just becoming a bit too much for you and it's really mentally fucking you up, step away. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with saying, I can't watch these videos or I can no longer participate in this because it's messing up your mental. Step away from it. So protect your physical as well as your mental, and protect your Black sisters and brothers, physical and mental as well.
Hallelujah.
There it is. My final thought is survive. Do the best you can to survive out here. Because that's what it is. It's just about survival, and that's it.
Fight or die.
Survive or die.
Yep.
That's it. And that's all I got, guys. Man,
Can
listen.
we just have one final thought?
Go ahead.
Final thought?
Go ahead.
You got to picture them wings that you made earlier, them Hennessy Coke wings. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna have to post. I know. I made some Hennessy and Coke wings. Henny and Coke. They were actually they were delicious.
Really?
Really, really good.
Yeah.
That was about the only joy I had this week was the Henny and Coke wing that I had.
A man and his food.
Right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We will be back next week. Yo, thanks. School, we appreciate it. Blair, Tara, thanks for coming in. Shout out to Bam. See you guys next week. Love you guys. Love everybody. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We out.
I'm a young Black man doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hurt. I just wanna